Most of us assume that a higher income is a fast track towards a larger retirement nest egg. But what if I told you that chasing a higher income through frequent job changes could actually slow down your progress towards financial freedom? Vanguard released a report showing the hidden cost of job switching on retirement savings. Their findings show that each job change can come with unexpected financial setbacks that add up over time, potentially cutting into your long-term savings. So let's take a closer look at why earning more might just mean saving less for your future. In today's workforce, job hopping has become the new normal, especially among younger generations. Many of us no longer expect to stay at one company for decades, and that's for good reason. The median job tenure in the US for people 25 and older is around 4.8 years and dropping, and it's even shorter for millennials and Gen Z. This shift is partly due to the evolving nature of work itself, and let's be honest, the idea of job loyalty isn't what it used to be. It's one of the main reasons I promote looking at yourself as a career mercenary, someone who views their career strategically, seeking out opportunities that align with their goals rather than staying loyal to one company. People leave jobs for various reasons, with the biggest one being income. In fact, workers who change jobs typically see a pay bump of around 10 to 20%, and in certain fields, it can be even higher if you negotiate strategically. For many, hopping to a different employer is a faster way to increase their income compared to waiting for a promotion or a raise with the same employer, which, let's be honest, can move slower than my deadbeat ex paying me back. When you're facing slow to non-existent wage increases and limited opportunities, moving to a new job can feel like the only option for growth. So if you're job hopping to earn more and advance your career, you are not alone. This has become a standard career path, especially with the rising cost of living and inflation impacting everyone's financial goals. But here's the catch. While moving between jobs may boost your income in the short term, it often comes with hidden costs that can impact your long-term finances. One of the biggest hidden costs of frequent job changes is its impact on retirement savings. While the idea of a pay raise is always exciting and switching jobs often does lead to a raise, there's more to consider than just the higher paycheck. According to Vanguard's recent study, this increase in income often comes with a drop in retirement savings rates. In fact, the typical job switcher in their study sees a 10% pay increase, but also a 1% decrease in their retirement savings rate. And the data shows that while 64% of people do receive an income boost when switching jobs, only 44% maintain or increase their retirement savings rate from their prior job. That means for 55%, the switch results in a decrease in their retirement contributions from a dollar and percent perspective. This slowdown is even more surprising when you consider that those with the largest pay raises, sometimes over 20%, still experience a dip in their savings rate. It's a reminder that even when you're earning more, it's just as easy to lose momentum on retirement savings. To put this into perspective, imagine a 30-year-old earning $75,000 a year who changes jobs every 3 years. If they saved 6% of their income at their first job, that's about $4,500 per year towards retirement. But with each job change, they're saving 1% less. So instead of 6%, they're now saving 5%. That translates to about $3,750 per year, or $750 less than they were saving before. Even though $750 may not seem like much, small reductions in retirement contributions can add up significantly over time, resulting in a sizable shortfall by retirement. By age 65, these small dips alone could result in hundreds of thousands of dollars less in retirement savings, creating a major gap that's hard to recover from later on. Over a career, this cumulative loss can even delay retirement by several years. But it's not just about savings rate reductions. When it comes to retirement savings, not all 401k plans are created equal because of how they're designed. Each employer's plan offers unique features like default savings rates, employer matches, auto contribution escalation, and vesting periods that can vary widely, adding complexity and potentially disrupting your ability to save consistently. For instance, you might leave a job with a 6% default savings rate and join one that defaults at just 3%. While you can increase it manually, according to Vanguard, that lower default rate tends to act as an anchor that pulls down savings rates, even for the most active savers. Vanguard's research highlights how workers save in retirement plans, especially when they're automatic automatically enroll. About 60% of people in these plans stick with the default savings rate chosen by their employer. Vanguard calls these passive savers because they don't make any changes to the automatic setting. The other 40%, called active savers, decide to set their own savings rate. Typically, active savers choose to save more, between 1% and 3% higher than the default rates passive savers use. However, things change when people switch jobs. Vanguard found that after changing jobs, 67% of passive savers end up saving less in their new job's retirement plan. This happens mainly because the way the new employer's plan is designed, often with a lower default savings rate. Surprisingly, even active savers experience this drop. 57% saved less after a job switch, likely because they had to adjust to a new plan's rules or defaults. This is a very interesting behavioral pattern to me, because you would think that higher agency active savers who are known for going out of their way to save more would be the last group of people to save less during a job switch. But that's just not the case. I can't tell you how many very smart, high agency people I've talked to over the years who have either forgotten to increase their contribution rates when switching jobs or accidentally forgot to invest cash sitting in their retirement accounts. This is the kind of stuff that's just so interesting to me. No matter how good we think we are at doing the right thing with our money, none of us, even myself, are immune to this sort of behavior gap. Vanguard did a case study to show how bad this could get. They followed an individual with a $60,000 starting salary at age 25 who retires at 65, comparing how her retirement savings would look if she either stayed with the same employer or changed jobs 8 times throughout her career. Each job change meant her savings rate reset to the default rate, impacting her retirement growth. They found that if she didn't manually increase her savings rate after each reset, she'd end up with $300,000 less in retirement savings, which is a 41% smaller balance, leading to about 6 fewer years of retirement spending. Before we touch on some strategies to maintain retirement savings momentum, let's talk about something that wasn't covered in the Vanguard study, but is just as impactful as having your savings rate reset every time you take a higher paying job. It's a subtle habit that often creeps in when you're earning more, and while it feels natural and even rewarding, it can quietly hurt your retirement goals if you're not on top of it. When you switch jobs and see that bigger paycheck, it's only natural to want to enjoy some upgrades since you've worked so hard for it. You might even start eating out a little bit more, investing in some home improvements, or even considering a more expensive car. But when every pay increase starts leading to these small lifestyle boosts, it can create a situation where instead of building wealth, each extra dollar you earn is spent on new expenses. It's a different kind of savings reset where extra income that could be saved for the future ends up being redirected towards lifestyle expenses. Over time, this pattern can keep your retirement savings fixed despite earning more. Don't get the idea that I am saying you shouldn't enjoy spending more as you earn more, because I'm not. But there is a way to enjoy spending more as you earn more while increasing your savings rate. As my grandpa always told me, you can chew gum and walk at the same time, so act like it, you dummy. This is one thing I find very frustrating about the extreme frugality mindset. The idea that any extra money shouldn't be enjoyed or spent at all. I am not a fan of this because some of the money we make today should be enjoyed today, rather than pushing all spending off until later years of life. The key is balance, allowing yourself to slightly increase your lifestyle as your income grows without sacrificing long-term financial goals. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy today, it just means you're planning for tomorrow too. Imagine you're earning an extra, we'll say $10,000 this year. Setting aside 50 to 75% for retirement lets you enjoy a portion of the increase while staying on track with your financial goals. You're rewarding yourself for your hard work today while building for your future. By directing a portion of each income boost towards retirement and spending, you'll steadily build wealth without feeling deprived along the way. One of the best ways to avoid any retirement savings interruptions is by consistently investing in accounts that are not tied to your employer, like IRAs and traditional brokerage accounts. Unlike an employer-sponsored 401k, an IRA, whether a Roth or traditional, is a tax-advantaged account that you fully control, which makes it a great choice for consistent retirement savings no matter what your job situation is. You can set up automatic contributions to keep growing your retirement fund independently of any employer's plan. In addition, a traditional brokerage account can offer flexibility for investing in just as many things as an IRA. While it doesn't come with the tax advantages of an IRA, a brokerage account has no contribution limits, allowing you to invest beyond the limits of tax advantage accounts. This is especially helpful for higher earners or anyone looking to expand their retirement investments with fewer restrictions. By maintaining contributions in IRAs or brokerage accounts, you create this foundation for retirement savings that's consistent and unaffected by job changes. That way, if you do fall victim to an accidental savings reset when switching jobs, you at least have these other accounts where you're continuing to contribute. A personal default contribution rate is another way to protect yourself. Default contribution rates from your employer are both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it forces people to invest, but on the other hand, the default number is always going to be way too low. Employers typically set a baseline around 3 to 6%, which is less than most people need to be saving to meet their retirement goals. Instead, set a personal default rate for yourself, like at least 15 to 20%, and make this your go-to rate for any job transition, no matter what. This way, regardless of what the new employer's default rate is, you'll have a consistent savings strategy set in place. But to be honest, investing 15% might be a little too low, and I cover everything you need to know about that in this video to your left, which you can watch next. Hit that like button before you go. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Done. Holy shit. I could not talk today. That was terrible.